Alright, what it is, man, it's the moment you all been waiting for. It's your boy Richard, aka Ronnie D, aka Puerto Rican Ronnie, aka Brown Skin Bobby, aka Bob the Builder. You already know what the fuck going on. I got a special guest for y'all. This is only my second interview, but I'm real excited for this one because I only found out about this dude about 2 weeks ago. And just in the span of time, I just saw how much work he was putting in. I was showing my mama your page. I was like, man, like, this dude living his life the way I would be living if I was on my grind. And as soon as I said that, she was like, keyword, if you was on your grind. And I was like, you right, but I'm getting on this. So I got Brandon Brown for y'all.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Brandon Brown, aka B Brown.
Okay, he went straight into it. Usually people don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna just go into how I found you. Well, I kind of don't even know how I found it. I just was on Instagram one day, and I don't know who page I was on, but yours came up, and the first thing I saw, I didn't even know you act at first.
Yeah.
I just saw you're traveling. Like I saw, it was like you and like maybe 6 to 8 people all like in the same like colors in
Cuba.
Okay. I was like, damn, that's dope as hell. And I just saw more and more people. I'm like, yo, this dude is living. Then I started seeing commercials. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This nigga living the life right here.
Yes, sir.
So, tell me about your upbringing. Like, I know you from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
And you only been out here, two, almost 3 years now?
Oh no, I actually been out for 5 years.
Oh shit, I'm late.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you good? Yeah. So, born and raised in Buffalo, New York. I went to school out there, raised there my whole life. I went to, after I graduated college in 2014, and I was like, damn, what am I going to do? I didn't know what I was going to do. I had majored in criminal justice. Okay. And I was going to be like a cop or whatever, or maybe a lawyer actually, not a cop. But at the time, you know, it was all that stuff with Trayvon Martin. And that was like around that time, and I was like, damn, I don't want to be on that side of, the law or whatever. Because I always figured that I could like fix the shit. Yeah. But I didn't want to see something and did not say something because I'm working for the cops. Yeah. And, but anyways, so I mean, after I graduated college, like that following week, I got a job to work at like, I think it was like Hertz or something like that. I was like a manager. I had a little desk and office and all that, and it was cool. And I was working there for about a week, and then everything was going good. But I was like, if I work this job, I'm gonna be working this job for like the next 40 years, and I'm gonna retire, and then I'm just gonna be like living with that regret of like,
what if?
Yeah, what if? Like, and so I was just like, I just packed my stuff. I just told it, my boss, I quit. And I just like the next day I was like flew to LA. I had like a bag, and I was like, fuck it, yeah.
That's crazy. I was gonna ask too. How much? Okay, so you graduated, and then next week you got a job at Hertz.
Yeah, that following I graduated on like a Friday or Saturday, and I got a job on that Monday.
You had already interviewed and stuff for it?
Yeah, it was like kind of waiting for me as soon as I graduated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you worked there how long?
I worked there for like a week and a half.
And you just quit?
Yeah, I was a manager. I had like a set salary. I had an office. It was cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have been cool. It was no issue. But I just knew that I was gonna live with that regret of like, fuck, what could have been if, I didn't move. If I didn't move out here and try to chase my dreams,
Oh, so you already knew that you wanted to act going into that Hertz job?
Yeah. I knew I wanted that. I know I wanted to act. Or at least I knew I wanted to be on TV per se. I didn't know like how it was gonna happen, but I was like, I want to do something amongst that, entertainment and film and TV, whatever. So yeah.
And then, how much? So did you have a good amount of money saved up when you dipped from Hertz like to come out here? Because you said you only came in a bag.
Yeah. So I had like a BMW 325 Ci in Buffalo, and I sold that, and the money that I got from that I used to move out here. So I didn't have that much money. I think I had like $2,500.
Really?
Yeah, $2,500. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so you came out here. How'd you find your spot? Like you literally just booked the tickets and fucking came, or did you look for an apartment?
I was like applying to jobs, right? And I was applying everywhere, and I didn't really have nobody was really hitting me up. Yeah. But I applied to like one like movie theater job. So I only had one job working out here. It was like at AMC in City, yeah. So I was like, I had an interview this like the time, and so I actually came out here like, all right, cool, for the interview. But I was trying to stay, and I was staying until they like let me know a couple of days later. It was a minimum wage job, but it was like, all right, at least I got something, some form of income coming in. As far as finding a place, I was gonna have to sublease. I remember looking at spots online.
Okay.
And I came at the end of the month because I know people move out at the end of the month or they move in at the beginning of the month, so that was like a good time. But I was just like looking on like Craigslist, and I was moving to some spot, and then I was like, let me look one more time, and then I found this spot that was on like Crenshaw in Washington, and it was like $600, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in there.
This is like for a room in an apartment?
Yeah, it was like a 2-bedroom,
okay.
But it was like my own room, and you know, I just had to share the living space, and I was just like, oh, $600 can't beat that. And it was sublease, I didn't have to sign a lease, I just like pay every month. So I was living with like this older Hispanic couple, and you know, it was cool. I was living there for a couple of years actually.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then what your parents say when you just decided like, yo, I'm gonna fly out to LA? Or did you tell them I'm just going for an interview and I'll be back, or did you say like I'm gone?
Nah, I think they. I don't know. I think it's always been kind of flexible. They just kind of like support me whatever I do. You know when you live on your mom's roof, she just try to get you out of the house.
Yeah, so, for sure.
Yeah, then when you go home, they miss you. Like come back home, but nah. It was just like they supported anything I did. It's just like be safe and your knowledge, research. I always knew that if things didn't work out, I could always go back home.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. Got I cuss?
Yeah, no, you good.
Okay, yeah.
Cause my podcast name is Rich Man's Real Shit, so it's in the name. You good? Yeah.
Shit, bitch, ass.
There you go. When you moved to LA, how did your parents take it? How much money? Oh, how much? First job. How long did you work that job before you started to like get into like acting and stuff like that, like taking classes and all that?
So I worked that job for a little under a year, maybe a year actually. I probably worked it for about a year.
Until you quit it fully, or until you started pursuing?
I remember, like, I was doing acting jobs, so I had got the little AMC, minimum wage job, and I was going on auditions and stuff.
Okay.
But I remember it would be like turning down gigs or not being able to go to auditions
because you got to
work that job. Yeah.
Damn.
And I was only making $9 an hour. I was working 4-hour shifts, and then I was just like, yo, it's costing me, $10 to get over here. It's all the way, near Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
If I buy something on lunch, that's like $10.
Yep.
I'm working a 4-hour shift. They're gonna take taxes out. I'm like, damn. By the time I get paid, I got like $9 or something like that. I'm just like, it took me a while to kind of realize that I wasn't making no money. I was just kind of like, my money was just like, it was kind of just bouncing out. Like, I was just like spending whatever I was making. It was just like living paycheck to paycheck, basically.
Got it.
And I think I was doing that for about a year, and then I think I remember it was like December, and I was like, my New Year's resolution was to quit this job, and do acting full time, and I just went out, and I didn't have no other source of income when I did that, and I just quit, and then everything like took off after that. It just came naturally. I ain't had no struggling days or nothing like that.
So when you got into it initially, because I saw you was in Energy, using that Drake video for that in 2015. Or I don't know when they filmed it. That's when it came out. Was it in 2015 they filmed it too? Okay.
I'm gonna do it research.
Oh yeah. Because this one I wasn't gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
So was that on your own? Like, was that?
Yeah. So I remember, it's something called LA Casting out here that people use to find like acting jobs.
Okay.
And I had submitted to that, and I actually auditioned for like this Miguel music video at the same time.
Okay.
And so they wanted me to work the Miguel music video, and then the Drake people hit me up and they was like, hey, they like your look, they want you to, be in this Drake video. And I was like, Miguel or Drake? I was like, I'm gonna go with Drake.
Yeah.
Because they shot the same day, so I had to pretty much figure it out.
And you was already living out here, right?
Yeah, I was already living out here.
Okay.
But yeah, they were just like, Drake like your look, and they wanted you. It was like this, it's for Energy, and I was like, damn, hell yeah, no questions asked. So I went out there and they had me do a series of things. I was actually in mad different stuff, but they shot a lot of stuff that they didn't use in the video. But it was like, a dope little experience, just to even, be doing that.
Was that your first big thing?
Well, that was like one of the.
Or one of the biggest.
Yeah, at that time. Because I was just getting started. I was just getting my feet wet with that.
And that was you on your own, regular dude, just like LA Casting, boot.
On my own, LA Casting. I was my own agent, bro. Like, you really. Like, having an agent is beneficial because they can get you bigger auditions or in different rooms, but literally if you got good headshots and you have LA Casting, that's where all the commercial music video work at is in LA, and Actors Access is where all the TV and film stuff at. You can submit yourself.
What about Backstage?
Backstage, I had Backstage. That was like one of the first sites I had when I came out here.
Okay.
Backstage is like, it's cool, but I never really got like, I got like mostly background. I got like real small jobs out there. It wasn't really like, a lot of jobs.
Okay.
I think it's cool like to have auditioning, but if you live in specifically in LA, you gotta have LA casting. You're gonna get way more work. You can just submit yourself, and if they like you on your picture, sometimes you don't even gotta audition.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you so I'm fast forwarding through to some other stuff I had for later on, but for that Drake video, when you go into the audition, what do they want you to do?
Oh, so the Drake thing was they just booked it off the picture.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, but like when I went to like Miguel stuff, they kind of give you a scenario. It ain't that crazy. They'll be like, they tell you right when you get there. It's just like basically improvising. Like Miguel, I just had to like look at art and act like I was intrigued. But like with the Drake thing,
yeah.
If I was to audition, they probably because I was like playing like some
like aggressive type stuff.
Yeah. They probably would just have me do some like some improv, some stuff in the room, real simple.
Okay, and then you just walk in, do that real quick, and then you out.
Yeah, that was it.
Damn. And then how quick is the callback?
I didn't have none of that. But if you ask them about like just a regular commercial, okay, so. The process of if you get an audition, like say your agent or whatever for like a regular commercial type, so you would go in. Sometimes they tell you what you're doing beforehand, but it's not a lot of dialogue. Because commercials is normally like less than a minute or something like that.
And it's usually a voiceover a good amount of times, right?
Some of them, or like a few lines.
Yeah.
They shoot in different parts of a commercial, and so. They give you the thing. They give you the audition. You go in there. They give you a group explanation. Tell you to do it. You can do the little script. Sometimes I improvise. I improvise a lot. That's why I think that I get a lot of jobs.
Okay, that's how.
Yeah, because everybody going in and saying it the same way.
Thing,
so I'm like, how can I stand out? Let me just say it just a little different or add a little funny thing at the end or something like that. And so after you do that after you do that first audition, a couple days later they narrow it down to whoever did the best out of that to a callback. And then when you go to the callback, that's when the producer, the director, the writer, all of them in the room. They're not in the room on the first audition.
Okay.
It's just the cameraman. And so they narrow it down to like.
So it's not even a table of people. Like I thought, because I'm all the way on the outside, don't know nothing yet.
Okay.
It's not like a table of like 4 or 5 people looking at you like, all right, go.
Yeah,
it's just a cameraman.
The first audition, nah, it's just a cameraman.
Oh,
because it's a cameraman and it's a large amount of people.
Okay.
And then when you get a callback, when they narrow it down to whoever they like the best out of that, a couple of days later, then that's when it's a room full of people.
Okay.
That's when they like, because they ain't gonna waste their time coming in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So and then that's when it's done, and then that's when it's less people, and they trying to decide, less than 50 people, less than 30 people, whatever. They're trying to decide who, and then after that, they like you at the callback. They'll give you like a call or email. They'd be like, you on a veil,
okay.
You on hold. We decide between you and like 2 or 3 other people. We just got to get, approval from higher ups or whatever. And then after that, you get the booking really.
And so say you do audition on Monday.
Yeah.
Would you know by like Saturday if you got it pretty?
Yeah.
For the most part?
So if you audition, say you audition on Monday, you might get the call back Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
And then they may let you know by Saturday or the following Monday if you got it. They'll tell you all the shoot dates and callback dates too prior, so you know if you ain't get a call by a certain time and this one is supposed to shoot, you ain't get it. They don't tell you when you don't get it. But I would say it's about a week and a half long process of on average to auditioning, call back to booking a job and shooting a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the first class you took the Killian's Workshop? Or was that the one that I feel like that was change your life, or kind of?
Yeah, that really was the one that changed my life. Look, cause I was doing theatrical ones, but like, okay, I signed with a commercial agency to do Daniel Hoff.
Okay.
And he signed me or whatever. I went to his open call, and I ain't had no acting experience.
Okay, I was gonna say that was when you was on your grind, like doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Did you went to one of the open calls?
Yeah. So he used to have his open call like every week, and they was just like, come up here at this Friday at 2 p.m. and read a little monologue, whatever. And I went in there and did it. I had emailed them and stuff my headshots because I had all these like different looks, like playing sports and doing all that stuff. And so they signed me, and so I didn't have no acting experience. I was just going to auditions, and I remember my very first like commercial audition ever was for McDonald's, and it was for a rapper.
Okay.
I'm just like rapping and shit, And
Did they tell you just rap something? Like, say you going there for a rapper, did they be like, do you got something you can rap, or what did they say?
So it'll tell you in the description before you get there. It'll be like you gonna rap this, or we're gonna hear you freestyle.
Okay.
Or they'll have like a board and they'll have you read off the board. They ain't gonna leave you like just like out there. They ain't gonna have you just do like a whole like page of stuff that you don't know about prior. You know, they make sure you prepare, or they have it written down so that you can look at the board when you're doing it.
Got it.
Yeah, and you don't really get a heads up as far as like auditions. Like they literally tell you the day before. It'll be like 10 p.m. tonight. You got to audition at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You know, it'll be like that. Yeah, and so. You know, I went on first audition, you know, McDonald's, boom, boom, what happened? You know, I got called back on that. I was on a bill for that one, and I was just hyped. But I was going on audition for 6 months when I was with my first agent, and I didn't book nothing. And so he was like, hey, all right, you need to take acting classes. You need to take, you know, this Killian's Workshop. Okay. And I took the Killian's Workshop, dude, and man, that shit, I felt like it changed my life, because as soon as I took that shit, it was like, this is what you're doing wrong. You know, this is like, he basically, I think you need to do it how I did it, like audition a little bit so that you can even know what you're talking about if you ever take that class. Because if it's not familiar to you, then you may not know some of the references. But if you go on a couple auditions, you're gonna kind of get it. Yeah. Like shit, like the camera this way, and you got a scene with somebody. Don't turn your body all the way this way. Exactly, cheat to the camera. You know, improvise a little bit, add a button, the way you dress, your wardrobe, all of these different things that I was just like, oh wow, didn't even know. And then so I took all that criticism and feedback from his class, and after that it was like only up from there. I was looking crazy.
How soon after that class would you say you? Because because I found this class through your page, and then I going through people again, found some other dude, and everybody who take his class would be like, yo, as soon as I took it, I just started booking crazy, boom, boom, boom. So it's pretty soon. I mean, not that it's gonna happen for everybody, but he got a pretty good track record.
Yeah, it's a very like, I've taken a lot of classes in LA, and it's like trying to figure out which one is the BS ones that just trying to get your money, or I'll go to one that one got a good reputation that I feel like if I didn't take it, I don't know where I would have been at commercially, but like it definitely altered. You know, it basically was like, yo, this is everything. You know, that you were doing wrong, you know, and it was like, oh wow, it definitely helped me. I think that everybody who's doing commercials should take it, you know.
Did you so do you want to be on sitcoms and stuff too, or did you take it because you want to be? Because I saw you got the hashtag the commercial king.
Yeah.
Did you want to be like the dude on all the commercials, or do you want to be like?
Nah, it wasn't even intended that way. I was trying to be a movie star, you know?
Okay, because I feel like you would want to be like in movies and stuff, like, you know,
like anybody though.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like I have a theatrical agent too that sends me on TV and film. But one thing I noticed, commercials, it's not easy to book a commercial job, but it's easier to book commercials than TV and film. It's like commercials.
Do less?
No, it's like a little bit of that. It's like commercials don't care if you just walked off the street, you don't got no background or they don't care about that. It's about your look, your personality, how you can deliver it. Really just about a combination of those things. So, you know, you can be fresh off the street, you know, if you got a good look, you got personality, you know, you can book a national commercial making 40, 50K. But like TV and film is all about what's your resume, who, you know, what have you been in, what's your IMDb, how many followers you got.
Damn.
You know, it's just, it's more political, more business with that. So I just feel like I auditioned for that. You know, I've done guest stars and co-stars and stuff on TV and film, indie films. I've auditioned for and got, but you know, nothing that's like, you know, groundbreaking, nothing that's like, you know, too crazy. And you know, every once in a while they take a chance on somebody new.
Like a fresh fit,
yeah, but for the most part, anytime I audition for something and I don't get it, and then I see who got it, and I was like,
is somebody kind of known?
Yeah, somebody known. It's like somebody like either with 1 million followers, or it's somebody that people know from acting. I'm just like, oh, y'all ain't really want, you know, me anyway. Y'all was looking for somebody
with a face or whatever. Yeah. I was gonna say, because I'm pretty sure. Didn't you do some like skit about auditioning like in 2017 or something like that, where they really it's no joke, they really care about your followers and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like that's literally like a question when you like it's become more and more common. It's like we're looking for 50K or higher followers, this and that. They think that it equates to the amount of people watching it or whatever, viewing it. So many people be buying followers.
I was gonna ask about that too. Yeah. So like, do a lot of people getting into acting just start saying, "Fuck it, like let me just go buy some followers because I gotta have my numbers up." So when the casting director or whoever look at my page, they like.
Shit, they probably do. I don't know nobody personally, but they probably do. And I mean, you can look at the engagement.
Exactly. Like if you got 13,000 followers and you got 100 comments or barely any comments, like it don't equate. So
if you got like 500,000, you can't even get 50 comments in your joint, it's like, you know, your engagement ain't there. So it's all about that.
Or you got 300 comments, or no, 300 likes and 50,000 followers. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
That make no sense. But let's see. So pretty soon after this class, you started booking everything, and then did you? Cause I'm gonna tell you, I signed up for the class already.
Oh, okay.
I started Tuesday.
Oh, dope. Did you take the dope or did you take the foundation?
I'm taking the foundations.
Oh, okay. So that's
it. I was gonna ask which. I was gonna hit you up before I did it to figure out which one to take.
I was gonna say I took the dope workshop, and it's like foundation is, you know, people who just like starting off. You have no acting experience.
Yeah, none.
Yeah, so maybe I think that it would be good for you, like having no acting experience, like because it's like. But the fact that I didn't have acting experience other than me going on auditions, but that was my experience, and I know I didn't want to take the very first one, but I do think that it could be beneficial if you have no idea of how it is to even get into it. Because if you take the adult workshop, you may not be able to understand, you know, certain stuff that he's talking about. Or, you know, like
I know, like I'm not like green, like I know about slating and cheating the camera and this and that, like improv. Like I know certain terms and stuff, but I didn't know which one was like the base level. Because then I also saw he got some. It's not him. It's I don't want to say the wrong name, but I think it's like Stan Zimmerman or Stan. It's a what is it called? Sitcom. Like a audition to get on sitcom show. It's not commercials. Yeah. And I was like, damn, I really want to be on like Netflix or something. Like, let me go on that. But then I called the dude, and the dude was like weighing the options, and he was like, at first he was telling me, I think take the sitcom one.
Yeah.
But then he was like, nah, matter of fact, thinking like an agent, I think I would want you to take the commercial one just to, you know, start taking some classes and get book some stuff and get your vouchers. And then probably go take the other one, so you know, do it that way.
Yeah. I would be like, just even if you're taking, you know, foundation up to the adult, up to the sitcom, it's like they all could be beneficial. Yeah. So you know, the knowledge you gain it from it, as long as you gain something from it, and then that and the experience of auditioning, you should be good.
Is the one you took 4 weeks as well?
Yeah, it was like an adult workshop. I think it was like once a week or something like that for like 4 weeks. Yeah, and it was also before, you know, Killian had like the school that he got. Yeah, he didn't have none of that. He was doing it out of like a casting place. This was like years ago.
Okay.
But now he got his own training. He got all these different classes. He didn't have all that before when I was taking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I think I ain't 100% sure, but I keep seeing people talking about some dude named Jerry. I think he the one who lead the class, and Killian just pop in like every once in a while. Is he really like? I ain't really worried about it. I signed up because he one of the best. But is he really mean and stuff like people say? Like people be online talking about, oh, he a dick, all this. I'm like, I'm gonna take it. I don't care.
Yeah, people were saying that before. I feel like he has like, not really. I don't feel like it. I feel like he's just very straightforward. He's he talk with his head down. He just kind of paces back and forth. He don't make eye contact with people. I don't know, some insecurity or something.
Okay.
But it's more so him talking and you listening. So I think that people would just like think that because of his bluntness or, you know, but he only there to help you. And then like on your last day, then he like hugging and friendly with everybody. So it's just like that's something that he portrays.
It's like he like playing the character the whole time through the classes, and then you get the real him at the end.
Yeah. He does it intentionally because he basically like he'll walk in and he'd be like, I'm having a bad day. Let's just get this over with. I'm not, you know, basically, and like, why am I wasting my time with you? You know, and it's like he said it like once. It's not like to
the class in general, or to specific people. Oh,
yeah, like it was my audition. Like, why am I wasting my time here? And in my mind, I'm like, shit, because we paying you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the class, he basically let us know I was doing this because when you auditioning for stuff, clients, directors, they're gonna have these personalities, and they're gonna be up in there on some stuff sometimes. So even if I walk in as a director and I say I'm having a bad day or whatever, I don't want that to
affect you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think that. Nah, he's definitely cool. He's just straightforward. He's not like mean at all. I would say like if he was like an a-hole, I think he's just like, you know, straightforward and about the work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw the range on your YouTube. Okay, for people who don't know, I DM'd him before he came on here asking him like, you know, different questions and stuff. And I was like, also, could you come on the podcast? And at first I didn't think he was gonna come because I was like, oh man, he been sending these YouTube videos. He about to Hollywood me, but then he was like, no, I'll come, and I was like, cool. So I saw one of your videos. You told the range of like what you've seen people can make on commercials and what you made. But like, what's the lowest commercial you've been paid? It's probably non-union, I'm sure, and then versus the highest.
I mean, the rate really depends. You know, they pretty much tell you if it's non-union, they always tell you up front, like it's gonna be this thousands, this hundreds, whatever it is. They'll tell you. Every commercial is literally different. It's never the same rate. But if it's say like SAG scale or SAG national and this and that, you get paid on a scale of how often they run it or the platforms in which they run it on, whether it be TV and film and billboards across seas, then you get paid more money over the length of time them airing it. If they keep airing it for years and years or months and months, you're gonna get paid more. So those are the better ones you want when it comes to that. I mean, you can make anywhere from like, you know, minimum like $500 to $1,000 on a non-union commercial to like up to like 40-50K on like a SAG national commercial or something like that.
Man.
Yeah, it literally it's the craziest range.
But
it's always somewhere like in a few. You know, I mean, times is changing too because it's like a lot of stuff. People don't watch TV no more, so they putting everything on like social media and they paying people less. So it's, you know, every once in a while, still those times where it can be like you can make like you can get a national commercial and you can make like if you get like a national commercial and it aired for like a month or whatever, you're gonna get like at least like $10,000 to $12,000 off of it. But you know, the more that it airs, the more money you're gonna get coming in.
yeah.
But yeah, it's literally I've seen, you know, both days. But you know, I ain't never let it like if I made like, you know, more like 30 or 40 on one. If I wasn't doing that the next day, I was gonna probably do one that was you know, a couple hundred or a couple thousand. You know, it's just like that mindset. Always having like a check coming in or always grinding.
How do them check? Okay, so say it's 40 G's and they tell you like, okay, yeah, we're gonna pay you 40 racks to do the commercial. You don't just get a check flat out for 40 G. Like how?
But they don't tell you. Well, when it's like unless it's non-union, they will tell you. But like non-union, they be paying people less. But if it's like SAG or something, they don't pay you. You get paid that in residuals over the course of time.
When do they start?
So as soon as the commercial start airing. So you'll get paid like a day rate. You'll always get a day rate for something. Like even if you're doing a national commercial, they'll pay you like a day rate of like $900 or something like that. Okay. Just for that, you'll get that check within like 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
But you don't get that
residual checks.
Yeah, you don't get the residuals until it start airing. Then when it start airing, then you can track it. I mean, they got a system that tracks all that for you. That's how you get paid. It automatically do it for you. But you can check like iSpot TV or something, and you can see if it's airing or how many times and stuff. But then you'll get like residual checks, and it'll be just coming in like it ain't just 40K one flat check. It's just like mad different checks. It's like 3,000, 5,000, 6,000, like a bunch of different random checks.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a time where I was like every time I opened my mailbox, I had a check.
From different commercials that you had done, or like
it was one. Well,
it just one commercial kept airing.
Yeah, it was a Taco Bell commercial I did.
Okay. Oh yeah, the one was like wow, cause
They paid me like $50,000, man.
What?
Yeah, it was like over the course of like six months.
And
it was like every month, every other day I opened up my mailbox, it was like a check, and it was like shit. It felt like Christmas, man. It was like shit, and it was like always like random like 3,000, 5,000.
This when you were staying. This is when you were staying over there on Crenshaw.
Nah. This is after that. Yeah,
okay.
After that. So it was like damn. When you get one of those, blessing. National, if they airing it for mad months, you know, that's a blessing. Cause it's like it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
To this day, you know, I think it's impossible. It's important to do as much work as you can. Because you never know. Like you know, I still get random residual checks for something
that you did years ago.
Yeah, cause they always like renew it. Like, hey, you know, the time is up that we had it. We want to renew it and see you another check. So that happened a lot. Okay. So you know, shit, when you just not expecting it, be like, damn, you know, it's like a blessing. It come out of nowhere. And so that's the beauty of working in this. But I was living on Crenshaw a couple years, and then I was only paying $600 in rent, and then I was like, damn, I kind of want to. I felt like I was complacent, like I wasn't elevating, like I was just like getting by every month. Then I was like, fuck, you know, let me go move to Echo Park, and I was paying like $1,200 in rent.
For this is by yourself?
Nah, I had like a 2-bedroom or whatever.
Okay.
There. But I was paying double the rent.
Okay.
And I was like, you know, I hope it work out. You know, I just, you know, and my income wasn't crazy. But as soon as I did that, I started making more money.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I moved to my other spot, you know, my own spot. And I was like paying close to, it was over $1,700 in rent.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I hope it work out, and then I started making more money.
So every time you just, I seen one of his things is like, what do you say, take a leap and the net will appear or something like that?
Yeah, that's on Killian, yeah.
Every time you just, so you did it before it was even there. You was like, all right, I'm gonna get the spot and just figure it out from there. And every time you did it,
Mm-hmm.
like it just worked out.
Yep, exactly. And
dope.
I kind of noticed anytime like complacent, I felt like I was living on the Crenshaw spot for like 2.5, 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I'm only paying $600 in rent, so maybe my hustle is not as hard because I'm like, oh,
I only gotta make 600 to stay.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of knew that, I had a mindset of like, if I get put in a situation where I gotta pay a certain amount of money, then it's gonna make me hustle. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think for all this money, or maybe I'm just gonna attract the money because it's gonna come how it's gonna come. But every time I paid more and more in rent, or like got a new spot that was more and more, it just happened naturally.
And then, oh fuck, I should have wrote it down. How often? Hold on. This is the part that I hate when it happens, because I had a good ass question for you right in the middle of what you were saying. The checks coming in. I forgot. I'll get back to it. How many classes did you? So once you took that Killian class and started booking, did you not take more classes for a while because you was good, like based off what he taught you, or did you was like?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Like I was just like, I got this class, I was getting my callback ratio went up, I was booking, so I was just kind of in this point where it's like, and you're not going. I think classes is very important for somebody starting out, but you're not going to really all the time. It's not just about you. You can you can go in there.
Factors.
Yeah, you can go in there and do everything perfect, and it'll be like they might not like your look, they might. It might be a height thing, it might be a complexion thing. So, some stuff is you just can't control. And I wouldn't even focus on that. All you can control is you going in there and giving the best audition. So I think that after I took that, it was pretty much good as far as like commercial wise, Years later, like maybe 2 years ago, I took I took Killian's like callback class. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I kept getting callbacks, and I was getting like callback after callback, and I was like, dang, I ain't you got a callback class, and it was like, if you keep getting callbacks and you're not booking, that's what you might be doing wrong,
What was that, 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, I think it was all at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, like once a week.
Pretty valuable class?
Yeah, I think the adult workshop helped me way more. The first one I took.
Dang, man, I wish I would. Well, yeah. It is what it is.
I wish I take it next.
Okay, yeah.
The callback one, it had me in my head a lot. It had me in my head like, and I took a different approach. And it kind of maybe fucked me up a little bit because
after you took it,
because of, some of the advice he was giving.
Oh, because before you would do the audition, and you would do the audition. I was gonna say, but I kind of answered them all here. I was gonna say you do the audition and go to the callback and do your little improv and this and that. You would get it. Yeah. But then once you took the callback class, did he tell you like don't stray away from what it say on the script? Or?
I felt like it was a lot of that, or it was like the director wants to hang with. Directors aren't really cool. They weren't really cool people growing up. They're like kind of nerdy person or whatever. So they want to be with the cool person on set. And so I'm walking in there mad cool and cocky and shit after that. And it's like, if they want you to do it, if they say, all right, I want you to say it like this. Wow. And I go in there like, wow. But I didn't say it how they said it. I could, they want you to say exactly how they said it. Like, wow. Like, it's just like I was just in my head about a lot of things after that class, and it just kind of like messed me up a lot because I was overthinking too much. Okay. Yeah. So I kind of found a balance of
taking that advice and going and doing your own thing too, like what you know. Yeah. I know what I was gonna ask now. What was the audition for the Taco Bell commercial like? Because if y'all haven't seen it, it's a Taco Bell commercial with a narrator, some girl sitting on the couch, and then you walk in and then she eating your food or whatever, and you like, wow, you like throw a paper up and walk away. Yeah. So it's that quick in the commercial, but what's the audition like? Like, did they literally have you
so that audition was kind of crazy. So it was like, so I auditioned the first time, and it's just the cameraman, and he like, you're just reacting to somebody eating your food. Don't make it big. Keep it small, boom, boom, boom. And a lot of the time, these camera dudes, they be trying to give you advice, but they be telling everybody the same thing. So I was like, bro, I'm not about to listen to you. Yeah. Or, But so when he said action, I walk in, acting like somebody eating my food. My natural reaction was like, wow, really? Yeah. And as soon as I did that, I was like, fuck, in my head, I was like, dang, he said don't make it big. Yeah. And then I could tell by his face, he's like, all right, man, all right, you know.
That was it.
That was the first one. That was the first audition.
But you didn't get like let me do it again. Like that was it.
Nah, that was it.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I was kind of tight, and I was just like, dang, you know, it was a natural reaction, and so I was like, man, I know I ain't get this, whatever. I go home, and I get a call back a couple days later. I was like, oh, damn, I got the call back. I was like, all right, let me go. I went to the callback. So as soon as I go to the callback, I sign in. It's only a few people there. The director comes out. Which one of you are Brandon? Brandon, we love what you did in the first one. The wow, really? I was like, really? And I was like, shit, come in here. And so I went
came out with everybody was there. He came out looking for you like that.
Yeah, it was a female director.
Oh,
her
okay.
name was Jay. Damn, I forget. I think her name was Jay. Whatever.
Female director.
Female director. Yeah. But nah, I got mad love for her. I even sent her like a gift basket after that. After I booked the commercial, because it made me so much money.
Yeah.
But anyway, she came out. She was like, wow. She was like, Brandon, we love what you did. She was like really caping for me, like, you know. And when you go in these rooms, it's all white people all the time. So it's just like, damn, I be feeling like I'm like back in the day, like I'm shucking and jiving. Like, I gotta be this every time I step in the room and shit, like, you know. But as soon as I go in there, you know, she had me do it. I was doing it like mad times, over and over and over again. I was just doing this comedic thing, like this little funny thing, like man, you really gonna eat my food? She really ate my food. I can't believe she ate my food. You know, like just doing like this funny stuff, and they were just loving it. And so I was like, you know, they was like, thank you. Now leave out the audition, the callback spot. Then she run outside. She's like, Brandon, we wanna have you do it again with this other person. And I'm like, damn, y'all big members really be feeling me, you know. So it was like one of those. I felt really good about it. Like that was like one of those. It's very few times that I was like, I got this one. You know, it was like one of those. Like, damn, they definitely try and book me on this one.
Most of the time when you go, okay. So most of the time when you're in a book or something, in the audition, you didn't know if you killed it or not. You just did your best and left it. Like,
I mean, you kind of get a feeling like it's times. A lot of times I audition, you don't make the director laugh. It's some uptight white dude. He you know, he act like he's sitting on the couch, you know, with no sense of humor, like he done seen it all. Yeah. And you don't get no chuckle out of him. You like, nah, he ain't messing with me. You know, it's not even you. It's just like you probably got an idea or whatever you want. And then other times it's like you make them laugh. You're like, oh, that's good, you know. And then you kind of like, you know, okay, maybe that's a good sign. It's a good sign if you can make the people in the room laugh. Yeah. Or if you can, like, you know, get them kind of looking or chuckling or, you know, whatever. It's a little better sign. But it's been a few times where I was just like I had a different one for like a Kelly Blue Book commercial. Okay. And I had booked it and I was auditioning and I had to think of like a one word button to say at the end, and I was like, touche. And they thought it was the funniest shit ever. You know, they was like, ha, we didn't get a touche today, and it's like boom boom. And then it was like, and then I was like, and I knew like I booked that one because they were just like so like happy about it. Then like even the camera dude came out when I was like, yo, good job, you know. He's just recording it like after I was in the room. Yeah. So I was just like, it's been a few times. You kind of know when you like excite the room. You know, other times it's just like beyond you know, because you don't really know what they're looking for.
Going back some. When you got out here and you, oh wait, I think you already told me. When you got out here and you worked for AMC, you said you worked here for a year or a year and a half and you quit?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so you just jumped right up into it, and you didn't have, and that's also another point where you didn't really have the money like that, but you just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it?
Yeah, I just took a leap of faith. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I had an agent or whatever. I knew I had my headshots. I think it's important that the order in which you do, especially if you're doing this, you need to make sure you make yourself as marketable as possible. That way you know it ain't nothing that, I got something for you next. So I'll be like, I had my headshots and I had my agent or I had my LA cast. I know I could submit. I knew worst come to worst. I think if you're gonna work a minimum wage job out here, you might as well just do background. Like you might as well get like sign up for like Central Casting or something. Okay. And just do like extra work, because if you like non-union, they pay you like $100, $108 something for 8 hours, and you get that flat rate. If they have you on set for like 2 hours, you still get paid the $108. They feed you all that. So I figured you better off doing that than working like a little minimum wage job.
How long you gotta wait for them checks though?
They come in 2 weeks. That's maybe like a week and a half, honestly.
So if you're doing them every day, then
you're always gonna have a check coming in the mail. Yeah, if Central Casting, they be quick about paying people. They be paying people like the next week and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then if you SAG, like you're in the union, you getting like 180 for background. If
Mm-hmm.
you're doing commercials, then it's like 360, no 388 or something like that.
That's if you check. That's if you SAG.
388, yeah. If you SAG and you're doing just background, not even the principal, if you're doing TV and film, it's like 180.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're doing commercial background as a SAG person, then you get 388. And then if you're non-union, it's basically half the rate of both of those TV and film.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you have the money to join SAG? Because I know it's like 3,100 or something crazy.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
3,100. So I remember I had booked a commercial and it was like, and you know, I didn't know. I was just doing like a bunch of random work, and it was like, hey, we just seen that you're a must join, and when you're a must join, they don't really like that because they can get penalties and fees, and SAG kind of like force you to join their union.
Because you book so much non-union stuff, and you have like 3 vouchers or whatever.
Yeah, or well, you would be non-union booking so much SAG stuff that.
Oh.
Yeah. So they basically like, cause when you're non-union, you can do SAG work, but if you do too much, they like you got to join our union now if you're gonna be doing our work.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of like, so I booked this commercial, and they was like, you're a must join, you got to go join the union. And my agent was kind of like pissed and shit. He was like on me, but I was just like, I didn't know, you know.
He was mad at you because you was.
Yeah, he was mad at me because he just assumed that I was like, I knew that I was a must join and I didn't join. But I was like, I didn't know, you know, until it's the first time hearing about it. And when you first come out here, you're like, yeah, I want to join SAG. Then you're like, kind of like, damn, do I really want to pay that?
Right.
But anyways, I went to the union in on Wilshire, you know, and they got like payment plans and all that. So I had to go join that day in order for me to do the commercial. So I had did like you put like
$1,000 down.
$1,000 down,
You
pay
got
a couple hundred every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Let me see. So, talked about Drake, LeBron.
Yeah.
You did a LeBron commercial.
Yeah.
How the hell you get that?
Man, I was auditioning for Nike, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a basketball. It was at Danville Castle in Glendale, and it was like we just looked for young basketball players, boom, boom. And I was like, I'm going there. You know, it's a plethora of us, hella young black dudes playing basketball.
Yeah.
And so I remember though when I went in there, there's this one with short hair, black woman in colorful hair, and this other people, and I'm just like mad friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like talking. I was like, how you doing? I like your hair, you know. She's like, okay. And we just had like a good ass conversation and shit.
Before you even started auditioning?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it was like it wasn't normally. They had the casting office, but because they wanted to see how we played, they had like outside, and they had like tables, and they had like a basketball court, like a little thing.
Okay, yeah.
It's normally not like that, but it was basically outside, and it was kind of more space and more room to interact and stuff. And you don't really get to talk to people when you just kind of come in the room and say hi and you do your audition.
Yeah.
And they don't really want you talking to them in any ways. You just like show that you got a big like personality at first, just like acknowledge them.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know, big upping her and talking to her and then I do my little audition. I felt like I had a regular audition. I didn't do nothing crazy. I was basically playing against this like little kid or whatever, acting like I was blocking the shot. But I felt like because I was talking to that woman is a black woman, I later found out that she was the director's girlfriend.
Oh.
I didn't even know that. Yeah. So so after I did that first audition, you know, just did like a regular one. They called me back. They called me actually like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
It was like over the course of like a week. It was like, hey, can you come in and you know do this? And they kept narrowing it down. And then it's like, hey, sorry, can you come back again? And it's never really like that. And I'm like,
yeah,
damn, why y'all keep calling me back for this? You know? And then it was just literally like walking the hallway with a book bag. That's it.
Shit.
Like you're just walking in the hallway. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know that, and it was like, and they let me know that I booked it, and I didn't know, like, I know it's for Nike. I didn't know it's for LeBron James. I didn't know like.
But did you have a jersey that said 23?
That's in a commercial.
Oh.
I didn't audition like that.
Oh, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
I'm talking about when I first booked it, when they like gave you the call. But like I didn't know. I just like, all right, it's a Nike commercial, but I didn't know even my part was that significant because there was mad spots in that commercial. Like it was a lot of different like things basically in that commercial, and I didn't know. I'm thinking I'm just going to play in basketball or whatever. But my role was significant. It was basically like, all right, you playing like young LeBron in high school, like he had an all-white school, and then I get there, they have all these. They made sure everybody was. I'm 6'4". They made sure everybody was
shorter
like,
than you.
Yeah, taller than me, literally little kids, and to for me to enhance like my height and stuff. So that was like a dope experience, and I was just like, you know, walking through there, and it was cool.
What was this at?
It was downtown LA. They make it look like it was whatever.
Is that whatever studios?
I don't even remember what it was at. It was like, it might have been like, it It's like some like historic place downtown.
Oh, okay, okay.
They just put like lockers up there and make it look like it was like a school and had all these kids in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a dope experience, man.
That was a SAG commercial, I guess.
SAG National.
Okay. How did you get on? Okay, two things in one. You know Woody the Great.
Yeah.
And then you was on the Steve Harvey show. So I want to talk about both of them. Like,
Oh, yeah.
how did? Because I saw you was in some of Woody's like Kevin Hart reenactments and stuff like
Yeah.
that. How did you get to know him, and like how did that friendship flourish and stuff?
Yeah, so Woody was like, I met him actually in acting class. I was taking this guy, Dustin Fielder, acting studios.
Okay.
And he was a cool dude, and his class was like the black networking class. Like he had like this guy Keith Powers.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah,
he tall as hell. He probably like your height too.
Yeah, he like 6'3". He used to model too, like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
But he had all of us in the class at the same time. This was like Straight Outta Compton first came out 2014.
I met him.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I met him. My bad to cut you off. I met Keith Powers at it's a group called Ham on Everything.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have like warehouse parties and stuff like that. And I met him there. The movie hadn't even came out. I had never even seen him act.
Yeah.
But I walked up to him and I said, "Yo, man, congratulations on the movie." He was like, "Oh yeah, cool, thanks." Like he was real cool. And I had met Kaylani there too.
Yeah,
she was up there looking good as hell.
Yeah.
But that was just a little sidetrack.
Yeah, so they was in the class and when we like that's when they was like both starting off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Woody definitely already had like his social media following because
Yeah.
he was like dancing for Chris Brown at the time, and
Oh
he
shit.
was like before he even like did the Bobby Brown movie and all that stuff,
Mhm.
he already had like, a social media following
He
and
was,
stuff.
he was big from Vine, right? Was it Vine?
I want to say like Vine and
And
all
then-
that stuff, yeah.
it's-
And he also was dancing for Chris Brown, so
I didn't
it
know
was
that.
like he was like he was like on tour with him and all that.
Uh-huh.
So I just like met him in class, and then from day one he just like he followed me and we just like stayed in contact. We ain't like talk every day, but
Mhm.
he been one of them people that's like always been consistent. He ain't ever like switch up.
Yeah.
Like mad cool. And I remember he was like producing the Kevin Hart thing, and he was like he sent me a text. He's like, "Yo, bro, I want you to play my little brother in this," and I was like, "Damn, bro, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm down." But I
Yeah.
had conflict at the time, and so they had like I couldn't do it
Mhm.
because they had pushed the shoot day back, and I was doing something else, and then so it was like they gave it to one of my other homies, like this dude JoJo. I ended up meeting after that,
Okay.
and that's all. That was also his friend. But then the last day that he was shooting the Kevin Hart thing, I asked him if he had any other roles in there, and he was like, "Yeah, he had this other joint, this like instructor."
Mhm.
So he kind of hit me up, and he was like, had me do that. So he one of the people that like always like stay real. So yeah, he was definitely my dog, Woody.
And then how'd you get on the Steve Harvey show?
Steve Harvey show. One of my homegirls, Shanice, she's like a twin, but she was like I think she like producer or something. She worked on the show. I think it's over now, but
Yeah, man.
yeah. But anyway, they had like posted something on Instagram like, "Yo, if you like young male, send me your stuff." I just shot her a text and stuff. And so they like, "You got pickup lines," and they had me come through, and it was just like that was a dope experience. I don't really do like a lot of like trying to do like reality TV,
yeah.
like stuff like that. But I just thought it was like
It was a good look.
Yeah, I grew up watching. I was like, because the subject matter is like who got the best pickup line. I just thought it was like some dope thing to do,
Mhm.
and I'm glad I did it because like the show is like it's no longer, so it's like. It's a dope experience, and I grew up watching like Steve Harvey he had his Steve Harvey show, so
Mhm.
I was like, all right, yeah, it's a dope experience.
I meant to ask you this earlier because you said something about when you was talking about headshots and all your different looks and stuff like that. I see your face is shaved, and I feel like you do that, like that's just your look.
Yeah.
Can you grow in a full bit if you want, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with acting is every day you gotta be somebody else. It's
Mhm.
like one day, one commercial might want somebody to be clean shaven, the other one might want you to be scruffy.
Mhm.
Like you literally never know. It's just like whatever they ask for at the time.
Mhm.
But I think if it's specifically say it, then gotta come like that. I think it's always better to maybe grow in something,
Mhm.
and then that way if they say, because they'll ask you when you go in an audition room, they'll be like, "Are you okay to shave?" Every time you like sleep,
Mhm.
So, but I think that for the most part, being like kind of clean cut, because as black people they might look at it as
Mhm.
us as intimidating or whatever.
Mhm.
I think it's better to be like more clean cut.
Mhm.
Definitely like my physical appearance is just basically based around like acting. Like I be wanting to get like a part in my hair or something like that. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh shit, I gotta do this.
Damn.
Commercial,
Yeah.
It's because it's like a year-round job.
Mhm.
It's like all about your physical appearance, so you ain't really a lot of room for like to be
You're like
creative.
experimenting with yourself, like,
Right.
oh, I want to do this, look at
You
that.
want to dye your hair or something.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of gotta, you know. But I would say, you know, at least be like well groomed,
Yeah.
if not clean shaven. You know,
Because
so,
this is my plan. Also, I got my headshot thing set. I got my, so I start acting classes next Tuesday.
yeah.
And I got my headshot appointment next Saturday.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm getting at it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do 5 looks.
Okay.
And I was gonna do 3 with my beard and then shave it off for the last 2.
Uh-huh.
You think that's a good tactic? So then I
Yeah. I think you should. I think you should have both. Yep. Do it with it, and then at the end shave, and then get some shots like that. Definitely.
Okay. And then when you, cause let me see, let me grab my phone real quick. I haven't taken headshots since I grew my dreads out, which was 3 years ago now. It's sad, but when I first took them, I had a little bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
I think I have another one there somewhere. This one.
Okay.
Would you say? Because I know for most of the stuff, it looked like your face is clean shaven all the way. Am I good if I keep if I shave all this off and just keep this, or do I need to look like a
I think that
legit teen and just go baby face?
I think that I think you'll be good with like at least a little mustache and a beard.
Yeah.
And like they'll definitely ask you when you're doing a commercial, like when you're doing a slate or whatever, like, hey, are you okay to shave? You know, they're always asking it. As long as you say, yeah, I'm good to shave, I think it should be good.
Okay.
But if you feel like you want to look younger or whatever you auditioning for, I pretty much base it off of that. I'm at a weird age where it's like I'm almost 30, but I look like I'm younger than I am. So one day I might be playing like a 17-year-old teenager, and the other one is like. So if I know I got like that young road, then I'll shave just because I know it'll make me look younger. I'll wear looser clothing because it make you look younger too.
Yeah.
And then I just grow and be in the process of growing my thing out until I have another audition that requires me to look young specifically.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, all right, so I'm on there looking now with a beard at like what I want to put my age range from, and I'll be looking at like, okay, you know that girl from, I don't know if you watch On My Block.
I heard of it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
So there's a girl on there who play like, not a main character, but I guess a supporting role or whatever like that. She in real life like 33 or something like that.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, bruh, but she playing like a high schooler.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm dropping my age range down to 17 with a beard, and I'm like, bro, I gotta shave this off to make it believable because ain't no way.
Right.
So I want to put, because I'm 28,
Yeah.
and I want to put it from like 17.
Well, you also gotta be realistic with yourself.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be looking at yourself like, do I look like a 17-year-old? And so, if you feel like if you can grow a beard or whatever, if you look too old, then you probably can't. But it's all what you get. Like if most people, like I don't know if you can play 17.
If I shave, my face get as smooth as yours.
You probably can, yeah.
And if I get my dreads retwisted, so I can look like a
you
put
look like
back
17.
on.
Yeah.
I think I can pull it off. But looking at me right now, that's why I get it. Like if you look at me right now, you're like, this nigga ain't 17. Like I ain't even gonna believe it. But if I did say shave and I put on the right clothes, I can pull off a high schooler for sure.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
That's why I want to do both though, because that right there is not believable.
Yeah.
Looking at me like this.
That's definitely like the older people playing younger. It's like it's not for everybody, but it's like if you definitely one of them people that just look young, and no matter what, it's like you can make it work.
Yeah.
So it'll be a point in your life where you be like, all right, you're getting older, and you kind of like, I was a time the lowest I probably could play is like 17, 18. I don't really, like I could probably do younger, but like you gotta keep in mind like we both tall. Like I'm like 6'4", so it's like when I'm next to somebody that automatically make me look older too.
Yeah.
And when I'm next to like. I've been on sets where they had me playing the same age as actual 15, 16-year-olds, and I'm like, I look way older.
Towering over them.
Yeah. So it's like, it all depends on like, if you like a big name, of course they're gonna make an exception for you as like acting wise. But it's definitely one of those situations where it's like, all right, let me be realistic with myself. Do I look this age, or let me be clean shaven? Let me wear like an XL shirt that make me look real young, and how you carry yourself, your posture, your language as well. Because 17 or 16-year-olds, they talk differently from older people. Yeah.
How do you pick out your clothes for your headshot? I mean, I know I've seen before, like you had like the young college, like the and you a Kappa.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. I seen that because I was like, I didn't go to college after I graduated high school, but after I started going to like college parties and stuff like that, and just seeing all the different fraternities, I'm I'm like, damn, man, I would have been one of them because y'all with the shoulders and shit. I'm like, that shit is hard.
Thank you, bro.
But how do you pick your different? Like, say I'm gonna do 5, so I'm not 100% sure.
You trying to figure out what looks?
The 5 looks I'm gonna do. Yeah.
All right. I think that you should do like business.
Okay.
One with a suit. You know, throwing the glasses, some fake glasses.
I for sure was gonna do that.
Take the lenses out so it's not reflective.
The flare, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
the glare.
you can do some with it, some without it.
A full suit, or is it a button down with a tie?
Headshots is mostly like up here. Like,
yeah, no, I'm saying like, do you think I need to have a blazer on too, or just the?
I think you should have. I think you should have both, and then you can always take them off.
Okay.
Like, as you're doing it, that's still considered the same look.
Okay.
The photographer let you know you like start with the blazer on, then take it off, then loosen the tie a little bit, and you kind of get into that kind of space.
Okay.
I would say that. Do you play any sports?
I don't play basketball. I'm trash in basketball. Like I'm trash. It's garbage.
Yeah.
Baseball, but what I'm gonna do? Stand there with a bat, like
That literally. I mean, if you could play a sport, literally, that's all it is. When you posing for headshot, it's like you posing with costumes on.
Okay.
It's like if you play baseball, boom, 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 or with a little baseball cap backwards or something, and a little jersey or something like. That's literally what it is. You're just posing with whatever it is. If I play basketball, I'm posing with a basketball.
Yeah, I saw your football one.
And a jersey, yeah. So it's like you want to get some type of athletic one, even if you don't, like maybe just like a tank or something.
Yeah.
Just to show you like athletic or something like that.
Okay.
If you got like a police uniform or something, I went to like a costume store in Hollywood and got one of those.
I was watching some video yesterday of some lady saying when you go into auditions, I mean this is different than headshots, but when you go into auditions, don't like dress like playing towards the character, but don't go in there like it. But is it the same with headshots? Because I've seen character headshots where they're really being like a police uniform or stuff like that. Like, so you saying I should?
I think you should, hell yeah. Because you literally will see roles that'd be like police officer, and what better way than to actually look like it. Okay. And honestly, I don't care what nobody say. Like, I mean, as far as theatrical go, if you're playing a police officer, I would go in there as a police officer. I would go in there in the uniform. Mm-hmm. I think that you're gonna get mixed reviews about that all day in Hollywood. Yeah. You're gonna have half the people gonna tell you that it's a good idea, half the people are gonna. I say go with your gut instinct. Mm-hmm. And for me, it makes sense. Like, commercially, like especially for commercials, like the commercials, they definitely be wanting you to look like your character. Yeah. Like you're playing like a nurse or something. Like they definitely be asking you to come in nurse attire. Okay. All that other stuff. You definitely be saying it. And as far as like theatrical, it just depends. Like if you just a cop, or if you got additional scenes doing other stuff, or if you got scenes doing other stuff, or if your role is just not just a cop, and you just like it just depends. I would probably dress more like neutral and black or something that's like form like tight fitting or something like that. But if it's like you just your role as police officer, like I don't think it can hurt you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So business, sports, or athletic. You said maybe like I'm gonna put costume, but in like parentheses.
Maybe police, or like you can do like some scrubs, like a nurse or something like that.
Okay.
You try to do commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like scrubs, doctor, nurse type joint.
Okay.
You do like a scrub and like a little doctor's lab coat and all that stuff. What else?
Should I do? I saw you got a thug one.
Yeah, I got like you can do like a. Yeah.
I don't know because I know I'm more a goofy type dude. Like I know the majority of my roles is gonna be that, but
you're gonna be probably typecast or whatever. I would say like maybe have like one or two like a bandana or a hoodie or something like that. But like maybe with the tat showing, like one where you got tats on the upper part.
Okay. No, I got one of my ribs, but I ain't gonna have that much of mine.
Yeah, I'd say maybe if you want to do like one like that, but you can also do like just a casual one with like a flannel shirt.
Okay.
And, and you just smiling. And just remember, if you're doing commercials, you always want to smile, look at the camera and all that stuff like that. Maybe like a smirk or something. Nerdy look.
Yeah.
So a lot of those you can kind of sneak in with the same look. Like if you're doing a casual, you can throw some glasses on and kind of be nerdy. But so even if you got 5 looks, you can sneak in other looks.
Okay.
They let you do that, so you can bring like just tell them that, hey, I just want to switch this out or put this certain way or something like that.
Okay, and I'll show you too. I got this is my house obviously, so I have some of the stuff. I can just be like, what you think it is?
Yeah.
How do you meet people? Like, what are the other actors? Who else have you met? Well, this is all one question on one. You was with the game. All right, fuck it. Let me skip past that on to something else that's gonna bring it back. You paint, you rap, you play the piano, you act. What else you do? Like, what the hell?
Man, paint, act, play the piano, rap. Yeah, that's a lot. I be selling T-shirts sometimes. Like I like make like a clever T-shirt that I just know that somebody gonna wear. Like some. It might be a rap day. It might be somebody say it like in an interview. Like it just like something that I know people will want to wear. I'm always looking for like different ways to like make money. Like looking for like assets that like give me income and stuff like that. Income generating assets, and I'm just like always just trying to I'm a Gemini too, so it's like I don't know. I just feel like I'm heavily inspired by things. Like if I go outside right now and I see somebody playing like a harp or something, and I'd be like, damn, that's dope. And I'll probably go buy a harp and try to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm working on doing one thing at a time, so that I can master it.
Yeah, cause that's my thing. Like all right, so I'm a aspiring actor. I always say slash comedian, but I don't do stand up comedy or nothing. But I'm a comedic actor. I rap. I be singing all the time around the house, but I'm not like I can hold a note, but I ain't no singer. But I try and audition if they're like, hey, can you sing? I might do a little something. I be doing impressions. I got my bike. I can ride a motorcycle. I got several little things I can do. But one of my things of why I feel like I haven't got as far as I want to is because when you do so much, you want to do it all. You don't ever you be like, all right, let me down and do this. Because I was just talking to my boy the other day. We was at the studio, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to record something. He's like, man, you need to figure out what you're gonna do. Like, is you gonna rap or you gonna be trying to act? And I'm like, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, man, you're right. Let me just act or let me just rap. Like, I want to do them both because it's gonna be times where I'm not auditioning for stuff and lyrics just gonna come to my head and I'm just start, typing in my phone. I want to record. Like, I can't cut that off. That's just how we are.
You can definitely do all of them, and it's rare people that do. It's like rare people that definitely excel in all these things. Like one of my favorite people is Donald Glover, and it's like,
bruh,
he dope. It's like, all right, he's singing, he writes comedy, he acts,
and Jamie Foxx,
he raps. It's like Jamie Foxx, exactly. He played the piano. Jamie Foxx is crazy talented.
Yeah.
Singing is like, it's like people like that. That's like triple threats for real. It's like you really doing all this stuff, and it's possible. People want you to stay in one lane, but it's like a rule of 10% or something like that. It's like just be 10% good at doing like a bunch of different things. Like just learn how to do something just a little bit each thing. And but I definitely think you can like rap and act. It's kind of synonymous. Think about all the rappers that became actors: Tupac and Ice-T and Ice Cube,
Tyrese,
everybody.
Well, he don't rap, he sing, but same Ludacris and everybody.
Yeah, it's synonymous. Like acting is not something that you like born with it, that you're just the greatest actor of all time. People take acting classes and get shaped and do stuff like that. Like anybody with discipline, people can be taught how to act. I personally believe. And the same with rapping. It's like, I mean, if you like lyrical genius writing some like Jay-Z level, it's like that's a rare instance. But if you just like the face of something and somebody's just like writing your lyrics and stuff like that and you just delivering them or whatever, or it can be taught.
Yeah, as long as you're marketable, like a lot of people get away with ghostwriters and stuff.
Exactly. So I definitely think that you don't got to stay in one box. People want you to stay in one lane and just be like, oh, you just do this. When I started painting, it's like, oh, nah, you don't paint, you act. What you doing painting? It's like I do a lot of things that you don't know about.
Yeah.
I just like I'm always doing something else, and that way you keep people always wondering and guessing because they can't just put you in one box.
Yeah.
That was a time where I was just an actor for a long time, and I was just like, I want to do other stuff, and I'm not just going, place myself in this one category. I want to see what I excel at, because you might do something else and just find out you're real good at it, and then that might be something that you always wanted to do.
Yeah, because I always wanted to buy myself I had a couple keyboards, matter of fact, but I never stick with it for real. And then there was a point before I got this apartment, I was staying with my boy Najee. I was there in his living room. It was him and his sister living room. I was staying over there in the Crenshaw District, across the street from the Jungles on Rodeo. No, I was on Crenshaw and Rodeo or Rodeo, and I wanted to buy a guitar. I ain't never do it because I'm staying in the living room and I didn't want to be like disturbing them. But a couple weeks ago, I was thinking about getting one over here too. And it's like it's certain stuff that I want to do. I don't always do it, but you know.
I bought a guitar too.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got an acoustic guitar.
Yep.
Like OfferUp. You should check OfferUp on the app.
Oh, that's what I did.
I think I got like $60.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was for sure typing in like $50 little guitars just to like get on YouTube and teach myself because that's how I taught myself piano. And you play the piano too.
That's the beauty of like YouTube too.
Yeah,
like,
I teach you everything.
Everything, bro. Like you can't afford to pay for classes. Literally, I taught myself like initially. I took some classes after a while, but like I was like, all right, how to play this song on piano. Literally learning how to play full songs just by watching a YouTube repetitive video.
That's what I was doing.
So like, it's definitely possible.
How did you get in the game? Oh, how did you get connected with the game? Because I saw he just bought. I don't know if he bought it or you gave it to him. That Nipsey Hussle painting.
No. So my boy had met the game like a couple weeks ago at BET weekend. He was like at a bar. And he was with his girl, my boy was with his girl, and then he said the gang walked over and was like, "You mind if I sit here?" And then I was like, "Oh, word." It's not funny. But I don't think the gang would be asking you if he could sit somewhere. But nah, he basically said the gang was mad cool. They had this conversation, random, and then he basically was just like, my friend told him, my friend is a painter, so he was like, "Yo, this is my paintings." You know, the gang loved Nipsey, so he was like, "Yo," and then so the gang was like, took his number down. I was like, "I'm gonna invite you to the crib next week." So next week came, the game FaceTime my friend basically like, "Yo, come to the crib, boom, bring your paintings," And so my boy hit me up and he was like, "Yo, he want me to come through? Can you come with me?" I was like, "Yeah." And so I brought my painting just in case. He wasn't gonna buy mine. Like I just brought mine because I know he was a fan. My boy actually painted like this really huge, like 5-foot painting of Nipsey.
Damn.
And some other Jesus one. So he brought those and I brought mine, and we just went out there to the game crib in Calabasas, and he was just like mad cool. He's kicking it with him, boom, 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 chopping it up with him in the studio for hours with him talking.
He got a studio at his house?
Yeah, he got a studio at his crib.
Damn.
He had caught my boy Jesus piece and all that, but I didn't really ask him. I didn't necessarily want to sell my
the one that
I know it may sound crazy, like even if you want to buy it, but like I'm working on I have a certain goal in mind. I want to have an exhibition and with like different art pieces. It's something I always wanted to do. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna do something else after that with my life. But it's just like I just wanted to do it like one time, and so I want to keep all the things that I make like right now.
Okay.
And I'm not necessarily pressed for like down on my luck where I need to like sell this or whatever.
Yeah.
It took me if it take me weeks and weeks to make something,
you gonna keep that.
Yeah, you kind of attached to it. But and I like that a lot. I don't mind just having it hang in my crib. So I basically just keeping the art that I have so that I can have an exhibition.
Oh, so he didn't get it?
Nah, he caught my boy piece. He just he was just like, "Yo, let's take some pics with it,"
Oh, okay.
Nah, he caught my friend piece. I had said it in the caption too. I was like,
okay.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not selling this, but I'll sell prints of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever auditioned for something you don't like a product you don't like, or food you don't eat or something?
Yeah, I'm actually vegan.
Oh yeah, I got that on here too.
Yeah, I've been vegan for like 2.5 years, vegetarian a year before that.
Why'd you make the food?
I watched What the Health or something like that, and I was like, nah, I'm done with this. Damn. I cleaned my refrigerator out that night.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, it's over. And then, but it's like, even with Taco Bell, I was vegan. And so I'm like, shit, I hope y'all don't have me eat nothing. And then you constantly stuck in that place of like, do I want to, damn, it's a national commercial, I can make all this money, or, morals or pride, whatever.
Yeah.
And, luckily I didn't have to eat nothing. It's been like one time, it was like a couple $100 little thing, and they wanted me to eat like this beef burger, and I was just like, nah, I'm not doing it. Because I just knew that it wouldn't, I've been vegan so long that it
fuck you up better.
Yeah. I've been vegan. I haven't ate meat in like over 3 years. So I know that if I ate it, it would just mess me up. Even if I ate it just for that day or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't want to be in those situations. We got that. So yeah, if it's like a meat, I won't tell them that when I'm auditioning because they're definitely just not even give it to you.
Yeah.
But I'll try to if it's like, I just try to see how big the project is, how much, if it's like a big job, if it's just like a couple $100 where it's like I don't necessarily need it, but if it's like a real big job, high paid job, I'll be like, I don't know, I haven't been in that situation, but I'll be like, maybe see if they got like a spit bucket, if I can just chew it and spit it out or whatever, I haven't been there yet though.
Yeah.
Um, all the digital. How'd you get? You was on there.
I was rapping on it.
Yeah. How'd you get? Cause you know for so long, even it started back when I was living with my boy. I wanted to be on all the digital so bad. Cause basically I had have a YouTube channel, but I don't do as much as I did before. I was doing parodies.
Yeah.
And they was doing numbers. Like my first one when Versace came out by Migos, I did one called Tamale. Boom, did that. YG came out with BPT, I did one called EBT. Chris Brown and Omarion and Janae Aiko, what's that song? Supposed to Be? I think mine was still called Supposed to Be, but it was about food. Like all mine was like just food parodies, and my channel was just like doing numbers. Like to this day. Now I have like almost 900,000 like cumulative views on my channel as a whole.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
that's a lot, bro.
But thank you. But it's old views. Like looking at it now in 2019 to when it was booming in like 2013, 14, maybe 15.
How many subscribers you have?
Almost 5,000.
Oh, so you get paid at least for that?
No, because I ain't doing that no more.
Oh, I thought that once you get like 1,000 subscribers, you can like monetize your channel.
You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 hours of continuous play or something like that on your channel. Like,
but don't you got like all them views?
I have all the views
and
now, like, but I don't have. Basically, I would have to put out like if I did like a parody to something like Old Town Road or something like that.
Yeah.
Boom. Say if I did that today, put it out. I would hit 10,000 hours of play pretty easy. I think you just have that's like 60,000. The video's 3 minutes, is like 60,000 views or something like that. I think the math could be wrong, but it's for sure less than 100,000 views on a full 3-minute video. They watch it, boom, you got the hours, and you got the subscribers. You can start getting paid. I have them views from back when I started doing my parodies up till now.
Don't count.
No, because they kicked in that rule late. Like when the first, there was a time when I was getting paid, yes.
Yeah.
But I was getting like not even $100 check. Like on a little, they have a little database or whatever that you be signed in on, and they send you money and you just transfer it to your account. Mm-hmm. I was getting a little bit of money, but my videos were never doing big enough, fast enough. Like over time, they'll get the views. Some of them did them fast, but it just wasn't never crazy money like that. Like I never took from the benefit of my channel because there was a time when I was starting a security company, trying to get rich off that. You know, I was like 23. Someone put the idea in my head. I'm like, I ain't got no criminal record. I can get the license, cool. And you know, there's all this stuff that distracted me from being a YouTuber, where I could have been doing that full time. But it is what it is. You live, you learn.
Yeah.
And I saw that on your channel, some of the stuff that was getting the most views for you was musical reactions, like reacting to songs or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was getting a lot of ones. And then I also was like, yeah, I just did that because I seen like other people doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I made a parody to a Get Out movie.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that one.
I saw the thumbnail for it. I didn't watch it though.
I actually I'm not in it. I
produced it?
Yeah, I actually shot the whole thing on my iPhone.
Okay.
And I wrote it, produced it, cast the people and all that. Like I just was like wrote it on my notepad on my phone.
Yeah.
Tell my friend and tell everybody directed it. Tell everybody went to different people's house, shot it on the little iPhone, put it together, and it got like crazy. We got like maybe like 30,000, something like that.
That's something.
But yeah, it was just like I was doing like little skits and stuff.
Yeah. I saw that. It.
Yeah. Oh, that one was crazy.
I saw that one.
I was just up as a clown in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made that one too, directed, produced it. So I was at a point where I was like doing stuff like that, and I didn't want to. I had a lot of hit and misses with that, because I posted way more stuff that just didn't pop, and I just like ended up deleting it or hiding it or whatever. Mm-hmm. But every once in a while, I hate when I do it and it's like forced. Yeah. It's like I let it come more organic. Like it's every once in a while I'll think of like some funny stuff, and I'll put it out and like Shade Room will repost it or something.
Oh
like
damn.
That. Yeah, cause that's what happened. How that it joint went viral. Shade Room posted it, and but it was like every once in a while I'll get some like organic stuff. But if I can't think. If I think too hard about it and I gotta like force it, then it's probably not gonna be as good.
Yeah, I feel that. Let me see. Fake resumes. Because you said when you first get into it, you said even Denzel did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so me right now, when I start, I'm gonna have, or at the end of the month, I'm gonna have my classes on there. Or I guess I could technically put them down because I'm gonna take them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my classes. I'm gonna have my headshots. And I did something for my boy, like I was in his little short film last year. He ain't put it out yet, but he told me he can give me that footage if I needed to. How many credits or how much stuff do you need to put on there for it to look good for somebody to not, I don't want to say take you serious, but to be like interested in like, oh, call him back, he's not green.
I just feel like if you're not if you have no acting experience at all, like you just started doing this and you don't have nothing, I think that you just put anything is gonna be better than nothing.
But how many you think it takes?
I mean, you know, it's not even necessarily like
Like you don't need a full.
I mean, just make a page, you know, special skills like
Okay, because I got
put all your you know your name, your height, weight, email, all that stuff at the top, and then put like start with like TV and film. If you ain't doing TV and film, put like short films, web series, stuff that they can't really look up. They're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna look it up. Or it just shows that.
It just look it on paper.
Yeah, you ain't just start acting yesterday.
Okay.
You know, even if you did just start acting yesterday, it's gonna be a better look for you rather than I don't got nothing. And just put like a bunch of like theater stuff that people not really gonna check for or know about. You know, and just be a little familiar with whatever you put in. Don't put like he was in like the hottest movie or something that came out or something. That's it. But like if you're gonna put whatever you put on it, as far as like theater or whatever, if it's a popular play, just know whatever your role is, because they be like, oh, I see you played Romeo. What's your favorite act or something?
Yeah.
You know, cards like that, just know something about it. But very few times have that ever been. You know, have they ever personally asked me? You know, if they didn't just look at the paper, they ask me what's on it. You know, very few times. But it do happen. I would say that's only in TV and film too. Like commercials, they don't care about your resume, they don't care about reels, nothing like that. They don't, none of that matters.
In commercial they don't, but in TV and film they do?
Yeah.
Okay. And TV and film they'll ask you like, yo, what was...
Nah, they'll just, like if you go to a casting or something, they'll just ask you to bring your headshot or resume and they'll just probably look at it while you auditioning.
Okay.
Or they may ask you a question on it, or they might look at it later on or have it for their records.
Any tips you got for, I mean, we kind of, the whole thing was of this was kind of giving tips the whole time, but any like specific things you learned, the tips you'll give to anybody listening that's like just getting into it and you be like, yo, I learned this, don't do that, or I learned this, you should always do this. I know obviously take acting classes, make a fake resume if you need to, and get some headshots, but what else?
I'd be like, I mean, in a very simple way to put it, it's like if you want to act, the simplest way to do things is like, all right, it's a list of order that you're supposed to do things. Like if you don't live in a major city like New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Chicago, like move to a major city. You know, it's just more helpful if you live in a city that has. Make sure you got enough money saved up. Have a hustling mentality. You know, come out here, hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Make sure you do things in the order you need to do. You know, hurry up, immediately set up a headshot session.
Okay.
Headshots is like one of the most important, like literally, probably the most. I can't stress it enough. Literally, you get auditioned based on your headshots. You can get an agent based on your headshots by emailing people like, you know, this is what I look like. This is what my headshots look like. So you need to make sure you're doing them right. You know, you got the right looks and all that stuff. So just do some research. Don't try to shoot with your friend. Shoot with like a good photographer.
Professional.
So you know, come here, get your headshots done. You know, make you a little small resume. Take some acting classes. Then you know, get in the process of going to auditions. You can get auditions on LA Casting, Casting Frontier, or Actors Access. They got one for like every region or Actors Access, whatever state you're in or whatever. So I was like, you know, if you're trying to do TV and film commercials as well, you know, LA Casting Networks, Actors Access, as well as Backstage and stuff like that. But yeah, do all that stuff. You can submit yourself, get your own auditions after you got headshots and stuff put up. But then then you submit to agencies. You know, email every agency. Don't matter. The worst they can say is no. Just email all the agencies that you heard about, that you can Google, and just say, hey, I heard a lot about your agency. I'm not gonna hold your time up. You know, I'm attaching my headshot, my resume, and some footage of me acting, whatever. You know, in order to be considered, set up a meeting or whatever.
What if you don't have a reel?
If you don't have a reel, they have places that can do it for you. You know, I say if you don't have a reel, get a camera and just shoot something. You know, get a good quality camera. If you got a friend that got a camera, make friends with photographers, videographers. They also have places like, I remember I didn't have no footage at first. I went to some spot called like Argentum Photo Lab, and you paid like, I think I paid like $250 or something like that. They set up like a whole comedy scene. You know, they got a good quality camera.
How you spell Argentum?
ARGENTUM.
Okay.
Photo Lab. And they got like something on their website called Hot Set Series.
Okay.
They have like different scenarios, like whatever you have. They have like a fake jail if you want to do like a prison scene and stuff like that. But like, you know, they have a high quality camera. They have another actor. They have a scene. they can do all that for you, and they can kind of, when I didn't have footage, I had that because it was like, all right, it's some form. I would just do one comedy and one drama,
Okay.
and so they can see how you act in both realms of that.
Is it $250 each? Like $250 for the comedy, $250 for the drama, or just $250
Yeah,
covers both?
it would be each.
Okay.
And I don't know if the price has increased
Mhm.
because I did that also years ago as well.
Mhm.
But there's other places that do that too. Like if you Google it, But I'll say this is like the best investment you can make. Getting your headshots and getting some form of footage.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be able to use that for years.
Mhm.
Like even if you got to pay a couple $100 to get some headshots, you're gonna make that money back on your first job.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be able to use them headshots for years. So
Okay.
if you invest in anything else like sneaker, clothing, vacations, like I think like that's the best investment you're gonna make because that's gonna end up making you a lot of money. So don't look at it as you losing money. Just look at it as a small investment for the money that you're gonna make 10 times, 100 times over.
Yeah. And you can get, and you said you can get your agent or whatever, agent or manager off. Well, I mean, would you?
You could just
Yeah.
email them. I just however I got any of them, I just emailed them.
But you don't have to even have experience. You just a good headshot. It's possible.
I mean, it just depends. You're trying to get a commercial, you just gotta have a good headshot.
Okay. Okay.
It's just like that. It's just that simple. If you're trying to get theatrical, like a TV and film or a manager, you need to have headshots as well as some footage of you acting because it's just gonna help. They want to see how you act.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah, and it's important to get that done before you even submit because it's it's like first impression. Like I had a friend, I kept telling her she came out here to do it in this order. Do it. Get your headshots done before. Get your video before. Get your real clip before so that you can pitch it. But she was just submitting to agencies and managers, and she was getting meetings, and they kept asking her, "Oh, where's your headshots? Or where's your And so she was kind of making bad impressions because she ain't really have her stuff together. Stuff that they automatically gonna ask for, and it's just that much better to have it if you already
Where do you go to print? Where's like cool little not too expensive print out places?
I mean, they got a bunch of print shops. I've always been going to Walgreens.
Oh,
Probably
what?
not it's like, because I have a lot of different headshots and I print different ones out. I know if you go to like one of the print places, they kind of have you print out, it depends on what I'm auditioning for, then I'll switch up the headshots. Like if it's nerdier, if it's like younger, if it's like whatever it is. And I'm always rotating them. So when you go to a print shop, they pretty much print like a lot in the same photo. So I don't really, but it's probably a cheaper option, honestly. They have a bunch of spots. But I always go to like Walgreens or something like that. I end up paying like, maybe having like little photo deals in there. You're probably gonna end up paying anywhere between $3 to $5 for a headshot.
$3 to $5
Yeah.
per headshot.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's expensive. Maybe less. Maybe on average like 2 to 3 minimum.
Okay.
But it's definitely every time you give somebody a headshot, you're giving them some money. Literally.
I think that may have been everything I got in terms of questions because I got everything crossed out up here. Yeah, I can't think of nothing else right now. Just randomly, we talked about why you're vegan. Your motorcycle. How long you been riding bikes and how long you had that? Because I'm trying to get me one.
Yeah, I've been riding motorcycles since I was like 18.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think in LA it's the best, most convenient way to get around. Cheap on gas, park it anywhere. Literally the best way to beat LA traffic. Like every time people double the time to take me to get somewhere. So it's literally the best thing. I kind of realized that I was Ubering for a while, and now I'm paying way too much money. As far as auditions, you might have an audition in Hollywood, you might have another one in Santa Monica, you might have another one downtown, all in the same day. And it's like you got to go to all these different parts of it, So I was like, what's the best way? I need to get that. I had a motorcycle back home. And
Yellow one?
Yeah, yellow and black Kawasaki. And now I just got an all black Ninja Kawasaki. And I was like, yeah, yes sir.
Oh, so you don't got the Jixer no more?
Nah, I sold that one. Yeah,
Okay.
I sold that one because I actually dropped that one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, it was raining one time like a couple months ago, and I was just being mad. Like I was driving in between a car, and then the dude was trying to turn. He had stopped, but I like reacted already quick, and I ended up dropping it. It wasn't like hard, like a little scrape or whatever, but like the bike kind of got messed up after that. So I had to pay the repair, and then I was like over it at that point. I just like sold it. Yeah, but I would say if you do get it, take one of them little courses out here.
I took it.
Took it?
The motorcycle
I
already got my
yeah. So I would just say literally like, when you get in that financial situation, like just go on Craigslist, get your offer up.
Mhm.
You know, talk somebody down, get you a bike for like on average like $2,500, something
Mhm.
like that, 3,000 maybe, and you know. Just get one of those joints, get a used one, and just ride out on that. You know, whenever you sell it, you can pretty much sell it for the same price. Really.
Yeah, because they hold their value pretty well.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, well, that's everything I got. If I have anything in my head, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all just ain't gonna get to hear it this time because I can't think of it right now. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on, answering all them questions and answering my DMs. Because I was like, I don't know if this dude gonna apply. And it took a little minute. Like it was within a week,
Yeah.
but as the days went by, I was like, fuck it, he ain't gonna apply.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming by and giving all them tips and just telling people about your life and stuff.
Nah, no problem, brother.
All
No
right,
problem.
so
Thanks for having me.
that's it. Thank y'all for listening. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good shit, whatever, and get ready for the next episode. Peace.
Sir.